Hello students, in today's lecture we study about the magnetic properties of octahedral complexes based on crystal field theory, and this part, which is from the semester 6 paper 1, inorganic chemistry, unit 2, magnetic properties in transition metal complexes. So today we study about the magnetic properties of octahedral complexes based on CFT, that means the crystal field theory. We know that the magnetic properties depends on number of unpaired electron, that means the n, and this number of unpaired electron in the complexes when we apply to its octahedral complexes. So this number of unpaired electron to determine the magnetic moment or to determine the magnetic susceptibility, this n value of the n depends on our number of unpaired electrons for octahedral complexes. It depends on high spin and low spin complexes. High spin and low spin complexes mean high spin when metal ion which is attached to weak field ligand, then it is called as the high spin complexes. In that case, the number of unpaired electron is large. In case of the low spin complexes, the metal ion which is attached to strong field ligand. So this is the case of the low spin complexes. So depends on the metal ion attached to strong field or weak field ligand, it gives the high spin or low spin complexes, and by using this high spin or low spin complexes we can determine the number of unpaired electron. So first, in case of the strong field ligand, when the ligands are strong like the cyanide, ammonia, carbonyl group, this is the strong field ligand. So even this strong field ligand attached to the metal ions, the energy gap between T2G and EG set of orbitals is high. Okay, this which is denoted by del naught. So this energy gap is high. Due to this energy gap, or in that case del naught, which is greater than P, it's a pairing energy. So in case of the strong field ligand, the electrons are feel like this. First it is singly fields, and it is, instead of going to the EG orbitals, it get paired in the T2G set of orbitals. After that completion of this EG set, it goes to the T2G set, it goes to the EG set of orbitals. Okay, so this is the case when metal ion attached to the strong field ligand. Okay, and when this metal ion which is attached to the weak field ligands like the halogens, then OH negative, okay, halogens, chloride, bromide, iodide, in that case the energy gap between T2G and EG set of orbitals is low. So in that case del naught is lower than P. That means the electrons cannot pair. It first singly filled in EG and T2G set of orbitals. After that it get paired in the T2G set of orbitals. So this is the case of the this is the case of the high spin complexes. So depends on the metal attached to the strong field or weak field ligand, the number of unpaired electron goes on change, and by using this strong field and weak field ligand, or by in the crystal field, by using the crystal field theory, then we calculate the n, and from this number of unpaired electron we calculate the magnetic properties. So here here we calculate the number of unpaired electron for the weak field as well as the strong field ligand. So here if we have one number of unpaired electron, so where for the high spin it is goes to the T2G set of orbital, and for low spin it is also go to the T2G. That means the electronic configuration are same. For the two unpaired electrons, they T2G. For the low spin it's also go to the T2G set of orbitals. Then for the three unpaired electron, it goes again T2G. That means D1, D2, D3 electronic configuration are same. Now for D4, it is for the high spin or weak field ligand. It written as 4 electrons, 1, 2, 3, and the fourth electron, instead of pairing, it goes to the Eg set of orbitals. That means electronic configuration is T2G3 Eg1. And in case of the strong field ligand, it 1, 2, 3. Instead of going to the Eg, it get paired here. Okay, so electronic configuration is T2G4 Eg0. For 5, 1, 2, 3 and Eg2. That means electronic configuration is T2G3 Eg2 for weak field ligand. And for the strong field ligand, for the 5 electrons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means electronic configuration is T2G5 Eg0 for strong field ligand. Then if we have the 6th number of unpaired electron, then the electronic configuration is for weak field ligand 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. That means electronic configuration is T2G4 Eg2. And for the strong field ligand, it is written as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means T2G6 Eg0 for the 6th number of electrons. Then for if we have the 7 number of electrons, the electronic configuration is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That means T2G5 Eg2 for the weak field. And then for the strong field ligand, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. That means T2G6 Eg1 for the 7th electron. Then the 8th number of electrons. Then it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That means electronic configuration is T2G6 Eg2. For strong field ligand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That means again T2G6 Eg2. So for 8 and 9 number of unpaired electrons, the electronic configuration for the weak field and strong field ligand are same. Here for the 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That means T2G6 Eg3. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That means T2G6 Eg3. So what we observe for 1, 2, 3, the electronic configuration for the high spin and low spin complexes are same. For D8 and D9, that means 8 and 9 number of unpaired electrons, again the electronic configuration for the high spin and low spin complexes are same. So only for 4, 5, 6 and 7 number of unpaired electrons, the electronic configuration or the number of unpaired electron change, or it depends on the strong field or weak field ligand. So this is the magnetic properties of octahedral complexes. Which complexes? Octahedral complexes based on crystal field theory. Okay. Next one is the magnetic properties of tetrahedral complexes. In last we studied about the octahedral. Here we study about the tetrahedral. In tetrahedral complexes, the degenerate d orbital is split into E and T2 set of orbitals. Here we doesn't write the G, okay, because it is not the center of symmetry. So it splits into E and T2 sets of orbital. Again in that case, del naught, which is always less than p. That means there is the no pairing is there no pairing is occurred in the tetrahedral complexes. Okay, first it is the singly filled in E and T2 sets of orbital. Sorry, here this is the 2E and this 3 is the T2 sets of orbital. It is always singly filled. So for 1 it is 1 2 E2. For 3 1 2 3, that means electronic configuration is E2 T2 1. For 4 1 2 3 4. It always show the high spin complexes. So its electronic for 4 number of unpaired electron, its electronic configuration is E2 T2 T2 2. Then for 5 1 2 3 4 5. So electronic configuration is E5 T2 3. Sorry, E2 T2 3. Then 6 1 2 3 4 5 6. That means E3 T2 3. Then 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. That means E4 T2 3. 8 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. That means E4 T2 4 electronic configuration is. And for 9 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. That means E4 T2 5. So by using this electronic configuration, we calculate the number of electron. Here number of electron is 1. Number of unpaired electron is 2. And number of unpaired electron is 3. Number of unpaired electron is for 4 unpaired electron 1 2 3 4. For 5 unpaired is for 5 number of electrons, number of electron is 5. For 6 number of unpaired electron is 1 2 3 4. For 7 number of electrons, number of unpaired electrons is 1 2 3. For 8 number of unpaired electron is 1 2. And for 9 electrons, the number of unpaired electron is E. So by using this CFT, we first write the electronic configuration in terms of the EG and T2G and in a tetrahedral E and T2 form, and from this we calculate the number of unpaired electron. So this is the magnetic properties of tetrahedral and octahedral complexes. Okay, thank you.